Hi everyone, in today's video we'll explore collections in C Sharp, one of the most powerful and versatile tools for managing groups of data. Whether you're a beginner or experienced developer, understanding collections is essential for writing efficient and organized codes. Let's dive into what collections are, the different types available in C Sharp, and how to use them effectively with examples and explanation. In C Sharp, a collection is a data structure used to store, manage, and manipulate groups of objects. Collections are part of the system.collections namespace and its related namespaces like system.collection.generic, system.collections.specialized. So, why we use collection? So, collection are needed when you need to store multiple objects together, or the number of objects is dynamic or unknown at the compile time, or you require functionality like searching, sorting, or filtering the data. C Sharp collections can be broadly divided into two categories: non generic collections and generic collections. Non generic collections can store any type of object because they work with object type. However, they require boxing and boxing for of or for value types, which can impact performance. So we find in the non generic collections the array list, which store object dynamically but non type safe, hash table where you can store key pairs like key value pairs, queue or stack. So for queue, you store FIFO, so first in, first out. For stack, it's LIFO, so we have last in, last out. Generic collections, on the other hand, are type safe, meaning that you can specify the type of objects they store, which improves performance and reduce time or runtime errors. Example of generic collections, you'll have list. You will use list a lot in your programs. You have dictionary where you have a key value pair collection, hash set, a collection of unique elements, queue where you have a generic FIFO queue, and stack where you have or stack of type T where T is class or an object or a type, which is a generic LIFO stack. So let's dive into examples and explanations of the use of collections within C Sharp. We will start by creating a new project. So .NET console or new console name episode 4 collections. And we're going to open that program.cs and start adding collections here. So we'll just delete this text or this content, and we're going to build our first collection of fruits. So collection or build a collection of fruits. And this collection will be of type string. So we are going to say list of string. So remember the uh, list of t. So that's going to be a string in this case. So its type is a string. So this list will host a string, let's say information or strings if you. So we're going to call our variable fruits. Then we're going to say new to instantiate the list, new list of type string. So this is an instance of that, let's say, list or collection. Now that's our list. Now we are going to add some items to the list. So let's start add items. To add an item, it's very simple. So you just say fruits dot add. Then you specify your fruit here. So we're going to add an apple. Then we're going to add another fruit, which is banana. Then a third one, which is cherry. Notice that we can add multiple fruits at the same time. So we can say add range in this case, fruits dot add range, and then decide on your fruit. So you can say fruit 1, fruit 2, and so on. So now let's explore how to show the information in the stored information in that list. So to do that, we will use a for loop. We're going to explore for loops in future videos. So stay tuned, and we're going to iterate over the list elements and display them. Okay. To do that, you just say for each var fruit. This is a variable in fruits. We are going to use the console write line to show the fruit. So I'm going to say console write line fruit. We're going to show them one by one, then see the results. So let's go ahead and run this program. So .NET, let's go to CD for collections. Then we say .NET run. I think I made a mistake here. So I should have said fruit instead of fruits. And let's try to run again. As you can see, all my fruits are displayed. So the one that I added one by one and the one that I added through range. So I have added a range here, like multiple fruits at the same time. Now let's go ahead and insert another, let's say, item at some index. So to do that, you can use insert at index. So we will use that function. So insert an item at index, at a given index, let's say. And to do that, you just say fruits, which is our list, insert. And then call insert at 0, let's say, or at 1 or at 2. So we are going to choose the index number 2, and then we are going to introduce inserted fruit, let's see. Then we're going to show our list again. So we will say, we'll iterate over the list again and show it. But before doing that, I'm going to console write a message saying that new fruit inserted. Then we're going to display the list. Let's run the application again. So as you can see here, so when we say new fruit inserted, the fruit that we have added is introduced at index number 3. So we can just remove this D here. It's just misspelled. So my new fruit was added at index number 2. So that's it. About how to insert, let's say, in a collection at a given index. You can always add at the end, but if you want to insert at a specific location, you can use the insert to do that. Now let's explore how to remove items from the list. So I'm going to remove an item. So to do that, you just use the remove function. So I will say remove an item, and then we specify the item name. So to do that, you just say fruits dot remove, and then you specify what you want to remove. So in our case, we're going to remove, let's say I'm going to remove the banana. So I'll just remove that and put it here. Then we're going to display collection after remove. So I'll just have some separation like this, and then say after removing banana fruit, we will see the new list once again. We will just iterate using the for each and show the list of fruits after removing the banana. So let's clear the screen here and then restart. So as you can see here, the banana disappeared from the list after removing it. So it's no longer there. This is how you remove or how you can easily remove an item from a given list. Now we are going to explore another special or powerful function that tell us whether if a fruit exists in the list or not. So to do that, you just use contains function. Check if the list contains an item. And to do that, you just say contains or fruits dot contains, let's say cherry. And this will return a Boolean type, so it's with capital C. So we'll return a Boolean type whether if cherry exists or not, and we can store that information within a variable. We can call it has cherry, let's say. So this variable will host the information whether if the collection has cherry or not, and we are going to display that. So to do that, you just say console write line, and then say, for example, a message does the list contains sherry, and then a question mark. After that we'll say plus true or false. So if it contains sherry, it will say true, and false if it doesn't contain any cherry fruit. So let's run the program again and see the results. So as you can see here, it says true because it contains actually cherry. We can always remove the cherry and see if it say false in this case. So we'll remove it and try to check if the cherry exists. So normally right now it should return false instead of true. So let's run it again. So as you can see, the cherry was removed and it's no longer there. That's why we returned false when we check. And we can use, if you want to clear all the items from the list, you can use clear, which is another special function that comes with the list. So to clear the list of fruits, you can just use a function called clear. So items, and that's going to be fruits.clear. So this function will remove all items from the list. So let's try to show the information or show, let's say, the fruits after clearing them, and normally it won't show. Just try. .NET Run. Then as you can see, there are no fruits in the list because we removed them, and when we loop or when we iterate over an empty list, it won't show anything and it won't iterate. So that's it, a step-by-step explanation of the collections. We are going to probably explore more features about collections in the next coming videos, but for now I think we had enough information about collections. We can always store different information like integer, boolean, char, or any other type, or we can have custom types or custom classes where you can store a list of class and then we filter data using some kind of properties within that class. So collections in C# are very, very powerful to store information and order them if you want. You have many other functions that you can use to order data, to filter data to remove, add, and explore different options within that collection. So yeah, that's it for this video. We are going to explore, like I mentioned, more things in the next coming videos, so stay tuned. Now let's explore how to remove items from the list. So I'm going to remove an item. So to do that, you just use the remove function. So I will say remove an item, and then we specify the item name. So to do that, you just say fruits dot remove, and then you specify what you want to remove. So in our case, we're going to remove, let's say I'm going to remove the banana. So I'll just remove that and put it here. Then we're going to display collection after remove. So I'll just have some separation like this and then say after removing banana fruit, we will see the new list once again. We will just iterate using the for each and show the list of fruits after removing the banana. So let's clear the screen here and then restart. So as you can see here, the banana disappeared from the list after removing it. So it's no longer there. This is how you remove or how you can easily remove an item from a given list. Now we are going to explore another special or powerful function that tell us whether if a fruit exists in the list or not. So to do that, you just use contains function. Check if the list contains an item. And to do that, you just say contains or fruits dot contains, let's say cherry, and this will return a Boolean type, so it's with capital C. So we'll return a Boolean type whether if cherry exists or not, and we can store that information within a variable. We can call it has Sherry, let's say. So this variable will host the information whether if the collection has Sherry or not, and we are going to display that. So to do that, you just say console write line, and then say, for example, a message true or false. So if it contains Sherry, it will say true, and false if it doesn't contain any cherry fruit. So let's run the program again and see the results. So as you can see here, it says true because it contains actually cherry. We can always remove the cherry and see if it say false in this case. So we'll remove it and try to check if the cherry exists. So normally right now it should return false instead of true. So let's run it again. So as you can see, the cherry was removed and it's no longer there. That's why we returned false when we check. Now let's explore another function to get the count or the size of the list. So check the count of the items within the list. To do that, you just use the count function, which is part of the collection. So we will just take this right line and then change it to collection count. And then we use the count function from the fruits list. That's it. Now let's run the program again. So our list contains 4 elements, which are cherry, fruit, fruit 1, fruit 2, and inserted fruit. Because we have removed so we have 5 elements here, and then removed the cherry, so we have only 4 elements. Another function that can be used as well, which is the get or clear, let's say, the list. So to clear the list of items, you can say clear. So clear the list. Just call clear items, and that's it. So fruits dot clear. So this will remove all the items. And if we try to remove those or to try to display those items, we will see that there is no more item left. So after clear, let's show the count again. After clearing, let's say, and then we'll see that this gives 0 and there will be no item to display. So let's try again. So as you can see here, it gives 0 after clearing the items, but before that we had 4 items. So that's all for the list. There are other functions that you can explore too. We can always retrieve an item by index by saying, let's say, I'll just retrieve an item by index by using the index. So let's say I will show fruit at index 0, which is the first one. So fruit at index 1, let's say, and starts with 0. So we'll see when we run the program that it will show the first fruit in the list. So as you can see here, the first fruit in the list is actually apple. To learn more about all the functions that you can use when you manipulate lists in your program, you can go to Microsoft website and search for list of T class, and then you will see that you have so many functions that you can use in your code. So like you have capacity, you have count, you have item of integer, which is giving the item at a specific index. You have the add range, add read as read only, binary search with T, binary search clear contains, and you have many other functions that you can explore yourself or read about them in this documentation. So that's it for this video. And in the next video, we're going to explore objects or classes within C#. So stay tuned. If you find this tutorial helpful, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment if you have a question. Thank you.